Jungkook, BTS accused of receiving special treatment in military service. Fans and netizens divided. The whispers are getting louder, and the social media storm is escalating. What if the world's biggest K-pop star, Jungkook from BTS, wasn't just completing his mandatory military service like every other soldier, but instead, he's been allegedly getting special treatment behind the scenes? It's a rumor that's rocked the fan base and sparked heated debates across the internet. Is there any truth to these claims? Or is it simply an attempt to tarnish his reputation? An anonymous report, originating from an alleged military insider, has claimed that Jungkook has been enjoying privileges that other soldiers have not. The details are shocking. Rumors have circulated that the youngest member of BTS has been assigned lighter duties, including the role of a cook, and given preferential access to facilities not available to other soldiers. The claim suggests that his celebrity status has somehow ensured that he is treated differently from the rest of the enlisted personnel. But why has this particular rumor sparked such a fierce reaction? Are these accusations credible, or is this just another case of jealousy and misinformation? According to the anonymous source, Jungkook was allegedly given easier tasks during his time in the military. These reports have specifically mentioned his supposed role as a cook, an assignment many believe was less physically demanding compared to the grueling duties other soldiers face. Furthermore, the source suggests that Jungkook was granted access to certain military facilities and privileges not available to the average recruit. This revelation comes at a time when the world's attention is focused on BTS and their members' individual military service. Since Jungkook enlisted, fans and the general public have been closely watching every detail of his time in service. With his fame already making him the center of attention, it's not surprising that these types of rumors would stir the pot as expected. The news has caused a rift in the online community. ARMY, the official fan base of BTS, has rallied behind Jungkook, dismissing these claims as nothing more than a baseless smear campaign. Many fans are upset, claiming that the rumors are an attempt to bring down one of the most beloved and hard-working idols in the world. They argue that Jungkook's military service should be treated with respect, just as the service of any other soldier would be on the other hand. The claims have fueled a wave of criticism from some netizens who believe that the accusations are not entirely unfounded. They point to the unequal treatment that celebrities sometimes receive in various fields as evidence that Jungkook could have been treated differently, simply due to his status. Some argue that it's only fair to question whether he was given special treatment, while other soldiers worked harder. Is this a case of envy from those who believe Jungkook should not be given any leeway because of his fame, or is there something deeper at play here? And more importantly, how should we interpret these accusations in the larger context of the military and celebrity treatment? The question on everyone's mind. Will these allegations tarnish Jungkook's reputation? With his immense popularity and global influence, any rumors or scandals can have lasting effects on a star's image. While fans are quick to defend him, there's no denying that these rumors have caused a stir. The timing of the allegations is also noteworthy. Jungkook's military service has already been a subject of much speculation, with some people scrutinizing his every move. In the past, BTS members have always been highly regarded for their professionalism, and their commitment to military duty was seen as an essential part of their journey. But now, these rumors have added an unexpected wrinkle to the narrative. Some have suggested that these allegations are not just about Jungkook. Instead, they point to a broader societal issue: the treatment of celebrities in the military and the privileges they might receive. Could this be a reflection of the larger debate about the role of stars in society and whether their status should afford them special privileges, even in places like the military? This brings us to a much larger question. Should we, as a society, expect celebrities to be treated the same as everyone else, even when they are fulfilling their national service? Or is it unrealistic to expect them to endure the same hardships as ordinary citizens, given their unique position in the public eye? The debate is far from over, and it's clear that emotions are running high. The story surrounding Jungkook's military service will continue to unfold in the coming weeks and months, and it remains to be seen how the public will react as more details emerge. In the age of social media, Information spreads faster than ever. But with the rise of online platforms also comes the rise of misinformation. The question arises, to what extent are media outlets and social media platforms responsible for the rumors that circulate? Could the viral nature of this story have been prevented if more thought had gone into verifying these claims before they were shared? For fans, these questions have become increasingly difficult to answer. The challenge now lies in distinguishing between fact and fiction, as well as considering the potential impact of such rumors on both Jungkook and his fans as the tension builds. Many are left wondering, how much of this is really about Jungkook, and how much of it is a reflection of our societal fascination with celebrities? Celebrities, especially K-pop idols like Jungkook, are not only in the spotlight for their talent and artistry, but also for their private lives. The military service of BTS members, which is mandatory in South Korea, was never going to be a simple matter of duty. Fans and critics alike have been watching intently, waiting for any glimpse of how these young men navigate their service. While some argue that the rumors about Jungkook's special treatment are unfounded, others believe there's more to the story than what meets the eye. Is it possible that under the veil of celebrity, the military is willing to overlook certain privileges or offer accommodations to a globally recognized figure like Jungkook? And if so, how deep does this preferential treatment go? Could it be that the higher-ups in the military are trying to avoid any potential backlash, or even the possibility of losing a national treasure, one whose influence spans beyond Korea? At the heart of these questions lies a much deeper issue: the relationship between power, fame, and military duty. This controversy shines a spotlight on the intersection between these areas, leading to a larger conversation about fairness and equality within such an institution. If a person of Jungkook's status can seemingly slip through the cracks and receive special treatment, what about others in the military who don't have the same protection? Some have suggested that the entire controversy may be manufactured, whether consciously or unconsciously, to create a narrative around Jungkook's military service. The media world loves a scandal, and nothing brings attention faster than a good old-fashioned conspiracy theory. What better way to reignite global discussion surrounding BTS and its members than by playing with the public perception of the privileges associated with their stardom? Imagine if this entire situation is a setup to keep Jungkook in the public while he's away from the stage. After all, the BTS members are used to constant visibility. Could the military rumors be serving as a vehicle to keep Jungkook's name trending, sparking curiosity in both his devoted fans and casual observers? The theory holds some merit, especially when you consider how the news has sent shockwaves through social media, elevating discussions about his military service to a level rarely seen before. But then again, what if it's not a strategy? What if the rumors are rooted in something more personal, a deeper feeling of injustice that some believe may stem from the high expectations placed on celebrities? Could this be a case of society trying to tear down those who appear to have it all, forcing them to face the harsh realities of life beyond the glamour? The real elephant in the room is the public's intense obsession with celebrity privileges. From actors and musicians to reality TV stars and athletes, the world seems preoccupied with the idea that the rich and famous must receive perks others don't. But is it possible that we, as a society, expect celebrities to bear an unrealistic burden of perfection and struggle? Jungkook is, after all, only human. Yes, he is a global icon, but he also faces the same pressures, fears, and challenges as anyone else, if not more so. But does his fame mean he should be immune to these human experiences? Are we as a culture too eager to label stars as both heroes and villains, demanding they conform to an image that aligns with our expectations, even if that means sacrificing their own humanity? Looking ahead, this controversy may not just affect Jungkook in the short term. The long-term effects of these rumors could very well shape how he is perceived once he returns to the public eye. Will his reputation take a hit, or will he rise above it all, stronger than before? Jungkook's fans remain steadfast in their support, with many vowing to stand by him no matter the outcome. They are quick to point out that their idol's integrity and character have always been a part of who he is, traits that have allowed him to connect with millions worldwide. For ARMY, Jungkook's image as a dedicated artist and individual is much more important than the gossip swirling around him. For them, this controversy is just another hurdle, another obstacle they believe Jungkook will overcome. That on the other hand, those who believe the rumors may cause irreparable damage to Jungkook's image. The longer the conversation continues, the harder it will be to separate fact from fiction. The story of his military service could ultimately become a symbol of how fame distorts reality, creating a public narrative that may not be entirely true, but is nevertheless believed by many. It's also essential to remember the broader context of military service. While all eyes are on Jungkook, there are countless other soldiers who serve with no fanfare, no cameras, and no attention. Could this situation also reflect a broader issue within the South Korean military system, one that goes beyond Jungkook and impacts ordinary citizens? After all, many soldiers serve without the luxury of special treatment or preferential treatment, and the reality for them is far more challenging. Perhaps this debate is an opportunity to shed light on the daily lives of those who serve in the military, individuals whose sacrifices and struggles often go unnoticed. Their experiences deserve recognition, and maybe the conversation surrounding Jungkook's service could serve as a stepping stone for a larger dialogue about fairness, privilege, and the true meaning of sacrifice. As the media frenzy continues, the question remains: what's next for Jungkook? Will he return to his normal life after his service, or will these allegations follow him long into his career? Will his fans continue to defend him, or will the ongoing debate fracture the bond they've built over the years? For now, we can only watch as the story unfolds. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in the middle. But one thing is clear: this controversy has brought to light the complex intersection between fame, privilege, and military service. Whether this story ends in redemption or scandal, the ripple effects of this debate will undoubtedly be felt for years to come. In the end, it's not just about Jungkook anymore. It's about how we view the relationships between celebrities, the public, and the systems that shape their lives. Perhaps it's time we ask ourselves, are we judging the individual, or are we simply reflecting our own assumptions and biases about fame and privilege? The allegations against Jungkook remain, at this stage, nothing more than unverified claims. No official military source has confirmed the validity of these reports, nor has any concrete evidence surfaced to support them. We are, for now, navigating a sea of speculation, one that grows more turbulent with every tweet, every comment, and every headline. Yet, even in the absence of confirmation, these whispers have sparked a firestorm that refuses to be extinguished. The narrative, whether true or fabricated, has already taken root in the collective consciousness of fans, critics, and curious observers alike. This isn't merely a story about one man's military assignment. It's about something much larger. It's about the enduring scrutiny placed on public figures. It's about the societal obsession with tearing down those who appear to have it all. And it's about how fame can be both a shield and a weapon. Whether this controversy is the result of a legitimate grievance or a malicious attempt to smear Jungkook's name, the impact is already rippling across the internet and in a public discourse that what's unfolding here is not just a question of special treatment in the military. It's a cultural reflection of how we treat idols, how we police their lives, and how quickly we are willing to believe the worst. If Jungkook, one of the most globally adored artists, can be dragged into a whirlwind of suspicion with nothing more than an anonymous tip, then who among our public figures is truly safe from the crossfire of rumor? Meanwhile, Jungkook himself remains silent, his voice notably absent amid the noise. Perhaps this silence is strategic, a way to maintain dignity and composure in the face of chaos. Or perhaps it speaks to something deeper: the quiet burden of enduring public trial without due process. Whatever the case, his fans, the army, remain unwavering, defending him not only with loyalty, but with fierce resolve. To them, these allegations are more than just rumors. They are attacks on someone they see as sincere, hardworking, and undeserving of such vilification. But outside the fan base, the debate rages on. critics question the integrity of the military system. Skeptics raise eyebrows at the possibility of behind-the-scenes favoritism. And the media continues to feed the frenzy, knowing full well that Jungkook's name is guaranteed to spark engagement. Every new update, every minor development is dissected under a digital microscope. Every photo, every alleged witness account, every insider leak, as the dust refuses to settle. One must ask, what precedent does this set for future idols? Will this situation become a cautionary tale for how quickly admiration can turn into suspicion? Or will it ultimately be remembered as another baseless controversy, buried under the weight of time and vindication? There are no easy answers. But one thing is undeniable: the world is watching. Not just fans in South Korea, but people across continents who've followed Jungkook's journey since he was a teenager, who've grown with him, cried with him, and cheered him on from afar. To them, he is more than a performer. He is a symbol of resilience, of dreams realized, of unwavering passion. And that's what makes these allegations so emotionally charged. They strike not just at his character, but at the very image so many people around the world have come to treasure in the days and weeks ahead. More information may surface or not. The military may issue a statement or choose to remain silent. Jungkook himself may speak or let his service continue quietly until his discharge. But until the truth is revealed, the conversations will continue, the speculation will deepen, and the lines between truth, bias, and belief will blur even further. So we are left with a question that may not have an immediate answer. Is Jungkook a victim of public envy or an unwilling beneficiary of institutional favoritism? Has his fame protected him or made him a bigger target? Only time will tell. But what is certain, unshakably, undeniably certain, is this: the story of Jungkook's military service is far from over. And whatever the truth may be, it will echo beyond the walls of the military base, beyond the comment sections, and into the cultural memory of a generation who watched a boy become a man under the scrutiny of the world.